got joke. So what's the difference between a vitamin and a hormone?
No idea.
Unaiona? You can't see a hormone. You can't hear a vitamin. You can't hear a vitamin.
Hiyo niliona from a mile away.
Welcome back to On a Friday podcast. Saseni kila mtu, hope kila mtu ako poa na mko fiti, nini ingine. Na mko alive, na mnatusikiza from YouTube or Spotify, whether you're getting us from IG for some reason. Poa, endelea kutusikiza. You can find us on our socials, on our Friday podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Chromecast, on
Audio
Apple
Mac.
Podcast, on AudioMac, on
Chromecast.
Find on a Friday podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So welcome back. Today we have a guest. I am Pascal. Musa, could you
Ron.
introduce?
Yeah.
Niko hapa. And today we have a guest. Could you introduce?
Yeah. Thanks. My name is Rotich. I am a work from home software developer.
Wow. Lazima ungesema work from home.
Yes, bwana.
Wajue mvua kupatangi asubuhi.
Asubuhi gani wana mkanga saa 3:55 kuingia meeting ya 9? Yeah, we got a software developer to have an interesting conversation. Yeah, something that's been going around.
Yeah.
And I'm getting new sense around it. No, Jamil Kwanaju, it's important, but the more we've had this conversation, and we're hoping that by the end of this episode, wasa watakuwa naelewa how impactful this thing is, and it's the next thing, what kuichukulia for granted.
Yeah.
And of course, we're talking about AI and the fact that it's coming up big, it's coming up everywhere. It's a conversation. How do I start seeing it in billboards? Different places around. My companies manza kuongea about how they do stuff with AI. Yeah. So it's a big thing around. It's a new smartphone, it's a new something. Yeah. So let's talk AI.
So when umesema AI mara nyingi.
AI.
What is AI?
AI.
Chatuanzia hapo.
Letter A na I.
What is AI? No, siniambia artificial intelligence.
Ndio hiyo. Kama in full sasa.
Chatuanzia na kodo.
Yeah. AI. So
AI.
Yeah. Anyway, everyone has AI. Say it's the buzzword. Rather. It was a buzzword for a long time, but basically it's, as the word says, intelligence artificially. So we are used to intelligence coming from humans, the way coming from your mind. So basically it's an artificial mind being able to answer questions and just doing what a human mind can do on machines, very, very big machines in a data center somewhere, giving us the answers that power the world.
Mbona we mentioned data centers for those who might not be conversant with that?
Well, I mentioned machine intelligence. It's machine intelligence. So the same way I generate intelligence from my head, from my brain. So same way we have GPUs, which are the machines or what you use to power this intelligence. So they have to be stored somewhere. So the data centers, big data centers around the world, they have to be cooled down. They have to be maintained by an expert team. Yeah. So
basically, in layman's terms, it's just like a very big hard disk. Flash disk.
Nafikiria machine kubwa sana. GPU ni kubwa ya CPU.
Yeah, it can be.
Like that's the simplest way I could put it. It's like tumezoea flash disk as an external storage space. Now imagine 1 billion hard flash disks, basically.
Yeah. Mi nilikuwa nafikiria basi I'm not as software tech development nini engineering hiyo. So mi nafikiria tu as a user AI, there's something I'd say it is the new technology. Like it's the next big thing yenye kila mtu atatumia. So honestly, even without I like your explanation ya Kolojo. It gets you to understand it's just a machine enye iko tu pale hivyo kwa data center. Tuko na kadhaa Kenya by the way.
Yes, a lot.
So vitu tu ziko hapa around hapo tu Tatu City. Tatu ama Konza si mbali. Lakini I think of it in terms of coming down to how we use it, how we employ it, and how we see it. So Congo, it's just the revolutionizing technology. That's how I describe it. When we all had to adapt to phones, from telephone to mobile phone, from anything to may change, typewriter to laptop, just
pager to phones.
Yes, I just feel like the next evolution is from Nini, but to AI,
human intelligence, to artificial.
Because think about something. I think we're discussing the way. Imagine a life without electricity. Imagine how many careers. I wouldn't have a career without electricity.
Hata masomo tungekuwa nayo.
No, I read somewhere that hizo times where people were there before electricity, watu walikuwa wanalala in 2 shifts. Like msa alikuwa na doze because usiku the lamp can only keep you for so long. So unalala, mtaamka kitu saa 7 mpumzike, alafu mrudi kulala tena hadi asubuhi. Like a night was actually 12 hours. But now you have a 24-hour economy.
Sasa nikienda chini mnaenda pia nyinyi.
Mnafanya nini? Like, what are you doing in the dark?
It took my brain a few minutes to understand that.
What are you
we
doing
can't
in the
imagine a life without electricity. Ati you bamboozle. When the sun sets, you can't do anything.
Niyo tu koroboi na ikisha ndo hivyo.
Me, I depend on electricity throughout. I do most of my things when the sun goes on. Mi uchelewa juu ya hiyo. Sijai kwa new perception, ati jua imeset, tuende tulale. Ama hakuna kitu ya kufanya. Electricity has enabled 24-hour economy. Kuna magari, kuna light nje, kuna duka.
Technological advancements. KPLC wakianua nini?
Exactly.
2 hours mna cheese.
So no electricity, no internet. Phones are off.
Phones are off, kila kitu imezima.
There are no phones.
Power bank imeisha. But stima ikipotea for... No wonder hizi venye stima ilikuwa inapotea usiku watu walikuwa wanateta. So I can imagine if anything happened and we were to stay without power for a week.
Things would come to a standstill.
Inabidi mnabond tu na familia as usual. Like
things would come to a standstill. But venye umesema, when it comes to AI na, especially thinking of it as a user, najua for a lot of people wakisikia tu AI wanafikiria ChatGPT because that's the one that's most popular. But when I was looking at the different implementations, like the different variations of AI, in my head, in all honesty, a lot of them nilikuwa na expect from way back then. Like from when I was a preteen, like introduce you to a computer, na phone. There's so many things I imagined the computer to do, and it still couldn't do it. And we're like, this is such a waste of technology. Now I'm getting to see them. And I think Pia at that point, nilikuwa na watch a lot of science fiction. So when you watch those science fiction movies, you see machines doing interesting things. Alafu unakuja back to real life unashindwa, like for me to know where I'm going, lazima niulize mawochi along the way. Ndio niende, ndo nijue, afya sante inakuanga ile base. Siwezi yaenda tu kwa nini iniambie.
Uipate tu hapo.
In 200 meters, turn left. Najua exactly where it is. So how do you use... Now in your personal life, let's try to be as practical as possible. Juu watu wengi wakisikianga AI, wanafikirianga it's this high level thing that they don't interact with yet. But how do you use, especially now that we are all in that field, the tech?
I'll go first on that. Pia nilikuwa nifikiria sci-fi. So
unasema points zako kabla nani amalize. Zako lazima
kabla simalizi hapa. Mimi nilikuwa nikifikiria sci-fi kabla ya tuambie kenye haiwezekani. So AI, when I first had AI inatoka, nilikuwa jua hologram hivi ita pop up from my phone, or hologram yenye ni 3D na iona vizuri. We can have a conversation. Embe hapana chill, ngoja hapana fanya hivi. And then it responds a true AI representation, because that's what sci-fi has taught us. So thinking AI, I always think beyond
flying cars.
Enye inajifurahisha, inajipeleka, inajipakisha, inachukua food na inarudia kwa hao, alafu naambia tuende job sasa. So that's how I think of AI. I've also been stumped to find that the most practical way I interact with AI sign ni ChatGPT. Kuuliza tu ChatGPT maswali na the fact that we can communicate vizuri. Naweza ongea na ChatGPT kama mtu. Google wezi fanya hivyo. Google wezi mwambia...
Let it be known, Pascal is loading. It's on record.
So big story. 2am.
Exactly my point.
My 2am company ni ChatGPT. Juzi alikuwa akiniambia venye Egypt imekuwa colonized mara nyingi.
So mtu mwenye anasikia. Mtu mwenye kuna mtu tu atakusikia one, I'll save this man.
Yeah, so hiyo ndio interaction yangu mostly. ChatGPT, just conversations and learning.
Yeah.
A lot of learning though. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I do a lot. So, but I'm specialized in, let's say, development. But in all these things I do, I have gaps. I have like knowledge gaps. So I think I use AI to fill those knowledge gaps. For example, so when you're building a end-to-end solution, you need designer, unahitaji someone backend, you need a CEO. If you're building a company, you need a CEO, you need a CFO, you need all these guys. So when you can be a one-man company, you can delegate those tasks to AI. So if it's coming to strategy, all those things. Then another thing that I also use for is have you ever thought of lines to throw at a girl?
Serious?
Pick-up lines?
Yeah, pick-up lines.
Nishai try kuangalia jokes, hizi jokes za podcast.
But they dad jokes.
Ilikuwa jokes zingine boring. Najaribu kuichange, make them trendy. Inanipea hapana. Make them relevant. Make them Kenyan.
Ilikuwa inachoma saa kabisa.
Ilikuwa inagonga nje. Kwa lugha? Riz? Serious?
Yeah.
Wallahi. It is saving relationships out here.
Kuna mtu akisikia hii tafangua. But and then for people who are entrepreneurs, I think I also use mine to look for a business name.
Yeah.
Give me 50 names with a particular name.
Yeah.
Nantolia 50, you're like, how do you, like I was like how would I have thought about that?
Yeah.
So filling the knowledge gaps and a lot of fun things. Yeah.
But I think I might be wrong, although I don't think I am, but actually find out. CPA ni AI to some degree.
Yeah.
Google Maps.
Well,
I'm not just say it's smart.
No. See, they do the hard work of mapping all the roads in the world. Now they can put an aspect of AI based from data. So, for example, wanakwambia there is traffic on this road. It's 2 minutes less if you use this other road. Yeah, so I think it's AI on top of whatever they've been doing for a while.
Yeah.
So yes and no.
I guess it's more of machine learning.
Yeah, because they collect a lot of data. So you've always wondered why maps was free.
It's purely data.
Yeah.
But what's the difference?
So from my understanding, all these are built on each other. AI is built on machine learning, which is built on a lot of big data, which is built on people collecting a lot of data and analyzing it. So from my understanding, as a layman, we are over the years, especially 2000, when digital came up and internet came up, we started accumulating a lot of data, all kinds of information, photos, videos, texts, so many things, so information, research, records,
articles,
so many things, and data analysis it can develop. So people need to consume it, get insights, like make your information equal valuable. So what they do, people else use their output to now make machines learn from your information. So they teach machine, if this happens, then do this. But they've seen mtu akidescribe hivyo, that machine learning ni if this, then this. If mwenye anatumia ask for hii, mpe hii. If aseme anataka kwenda kwa hii location, ndo hii map, mpatie hivi. if I go in the wrong direction, find another route, mrudishe hivi. If I go kwa direction yenye iko kwa map yetu, tafuta the next alternative mpeleke. So ina learn hivo. But you use that output hiyo sasa a lot of machine learning progress to now make AI yenye inajua atasema anataka hivi. We mungeleshe games juma vitaka waje kwa
I agree, because there's no AI without data. So think about anything. At your ChatGPT doesn't have data. What will it give you? Same with maps. Same with just any advanced AI system. Even with deep learning. Say you've heard of AlphaGo. Playing against the best in a very very intelligent game, like a game that requires a lot of intelligence. Like an AI inachapa say clean. You're like, this is someone who's been playing.
You're pro.
You're pro, yeah. It's a chess masters.
Chess,
like,
yes. I was to mention
and that
chess,
was back
actually.
before 2010. AI already had cracked that. So, yeah.
Juata nini, like video games. See, video games, you can play one player against
AI.
Machine. Like when I play against the
console.
Yes, when I play against the console. So see, the console in a jua based on this formations, based on these strategies, based on these instructions, this is how my players are supposed to move when they're being attacked, when they're defending. And you notice it's a huge difference, because when you look at mini fan of FIFA, ukiangalia kitu kama FIFA za 90s, late 90s na early 2000s, kuna FIFAs hazikuwa na hizo. So ilikuwa ukiselect Ronaldo, ule number 9, the Brazilian, he's the only one who's doing most of the movement kwa the pitch. Au amesimama, wanangoja wa select ndo anze kusonga. But right now they
all move at the same time.
Yes. Based on kama unaatakiwa, kama una
zinajua even the person not selected anajua place
anajua mali anafaa kuwa, anajua position yake. So hautapata tu mse alienda kasimama tu huko nyuma kwa defense while wewe umesonga mbele, or the whole team iko mbele. So they move. If umeka high line, ukiattack, defense line yako inakuja katikati. Ukieka low block, wanabaki nyuma.
On the same topic of gaming, see like future gaming will be, we played Sims, like GTA. So they're saying characters, OPC. So characters NPC. Will have their own NPC. Characters will have their own intelligence. So we ukicheza game yako, like you'll have different experiences. Nilikuwa tumia example ya Sims, because Sims is all about life. You like, you're just living life. Unakula, you have a family, then it grows. Someone dies. So imagine how all these characters having their own intelligence.
So they're learning with you as you're playing. They're learning your specific game.
Now what any different when you're melani yako,
so you're melani exactly.
Hey man,
that's amazing.
Okay, Rotich, I mean AI is really revolutionary. Hiyo word kila kitu
umesumbua na unafaa kutafutia nini synonym.
Everything. And it's not just in gaming, content pia ni place nimecheki, because there's been a lot of conversation about AI creating content, whether it's music, stories, movies, as in it creates a lot of content. Now, for content creators also using it to generate content, unapata TikTok and generate content na AI. Watu wa music videos, there's a music video generate na AI. I think ya sanaitwaje Kendrick yenye nendanga exchange face. Najua tu the music video inakuwa face.
Ndakumbuka
just face moja alafu inaenda ikishift. And then there's another song,
The Heart Part 5. Yeah.
There's a song pia najua famous one yenye imegeneratiwa na AI.
There's also a concert a week ago. So it's a live concert, but the video, the person singing is Joker. Still like someone is walking on stage, then artist, but they could convert real time to be Joker character from Marvel.
Yet ni real time ni anatembea, but visuals Joker. So it's really adding new stuff and changing how we interact with everything.
Achana hata na ya Kendrick, umemention hiyo kanikumbusha The first one niliona ni it's in an Asian country. Sikumbuka ilikuwa Japan or something. But they had a really popular musician who's anime. Like she's a
She's an
hologram.
anime character.
She doesn't exist. But she's akienda concert watu wanajaa. Watu wanajaa kwa concert.
For a
It's
hologram. For a non-existent.
For a non-existent. It's a cartoon. It's an anime. Najua watu anime wakinisikia nikisema cartoon.
Utazishia man.
Like, the concert inajaa.
Yeah.
She was a very I don't know if she still exists. I mean, why not? She doesn't die. But the concert in a whole stadium.
Yeah, that's a big shift because before it had to be talented. It had to be a talented singer, get fans. But say just have to be a good AI creator and get fans. There was also another one, social media model. Name akona more than 1 million followers. Nani AI? Also na comment, imagine. Like it looks so real.
Wanaume mko thirsty hivi. It's never that serious. But niliona pia there was a rapper mwenye alikuwa like AI generated. Na alikuwa his nini was getting mad traction Instagram because just that typical rapper persona. Yeah, he has money, blings, he hangs around women with a lot of cars. Hiyo ndo content iko kwa dini yake. So imagine umse mwenye anarun your account, one, you don't have to know them. They're just anonymous, but they're raking in millions. Hata ukiangalia tu advertising. Aki-advertise kitu kwa hiyo nini, it takes off. Yeah.
Have you guys heard of AI application in other areas? Healthcare, medicine, agriculture, in those so far it's been used for human entertainment. I mean, entertainment may pick up the most. People are doing, and people spend a lot on entertainment, so maybe that's why. But what about other human sustenance areas and sectors?
Enye nakumbuka ni finance, na hii niliona kwa when ChatGPT was releasing the new version, GPT-4. So you're the preview, whatever. So they usually have that presentation before it gets released. Alikuwa anaonyesha how you can do your taxes.
Like
for US. So you just feed it the information you have, then it breaks down your tax payment. It breaks down everything. You're actually mind blew the most. Look like
I think also in finance, like I don't know if it's AI, data science, like credit scoring. So for example, for Lisa, limit yako is a certain amount. Your loan limit is a certain amount because they look at your history.
Yeah, across the board.
Yeah, so you can say it's light AI, but out of data science, it's data science heavy. So which is AI. What else did I say? Finance. Oh, on health, I saw. So this bots. So like you can chat with a bot. And then so before, I think people are using a lot of PDFs. Okay, so as you said, no AI without data. So say if you have mental health issues, you can just chat.
Oh yes.
Sophie bot sexual health. You can just chat with it.
Yeah.
What else on health?
Niliona health kuna nini, they were experimenting on if they can have machines doing surgeries.
I've been hearing this conversation.
In case wako short-staffed. But would you risk, let's say you need to go for surgery, would you risk to go under the knife with a
machine is precise? I mean, precision rate yake compared to a human.
Piki malfunction, malfunction, bro. Iki malfunction is like you have a drunk doctor.
Kuna generator. Kenye tu mna threaten AI nayo ni nakuzimia stima.
Well, in Kenya, that's a real possibility.
Simbo hivi nenda kuzima stima pale nyamaza.
And yeah, also on health, the way we have a shortage of doctors, so wanasemanga there should be one doctor per 1,000 in the population. Kenya need 26,000 for 100,000.
Yeah.
For 26,000 doctors for 100,000 your number is crazy. Yeah, so there's a shortage of doctors, so I think AI can fill that gap. so that niliona wapi before you get a good doctor you have to wait, but with AI it can solve some small consultancy issues.
Diagnosis it should be able to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd imagine a system where you go tell the AI your symptoms, but because we do that with humans, lakini doki lazima elewe context. Ukikuja mwambie unaumwa na tumbo atauliza ulikula nini, una stay wapi, ndo elewe more about maybe the food yenye ulikula, ndo ajue what might be it. So all AI needs to learn is just to ask those contextual questions. Alafu ieke like a drop of blood ikwambie tu dunga hapa, dunga hivi, kudunge damu ingi hapo ndani, ifanye blood work test.
Umementionia blood work kanikumbusha drama ya nini. There's this lady, this
Theranos.
woman. Yes, Theranos. Umewatch your story?
Zio nani?
She tried to do something like that. And yeah, basically alikuwa na scam watu. And the medics walikuwa na make the case that she can't do the blood work that she's claiming to do with the sample yenye anachukua, because she was basically making that same argument. With a drop of blood she can look for an array of then she swindled people. How did you? She was even called the next Nini.
One of the biggest
Steve Jobs, one of the biggest scams one of the biggest scams in Silicon Valley. It was a huge thing.
No. Mi niko hapo na watu wenye wana believe. Nikibelieve na nilipe.
Wangekuja kuambia, we dunga tu hapa.
Take my money.
Shika, unataka nini? Take my blood, take my money, take my sweat. We do need these solutions, and that's the biggest part. AI is making everything easier for the big part. We get a lot of things done, simplify a lot of data, inatupatia ideas and suggestions. We got a machine thinking. So the impact, yes, we think less as humans if that will happen, if we don't end up thinking about other things. Lakini AI still makes things easier. Still, so kwa mini such a solution works, ni rahisi juu it does work, it's supposed to work. Na venye uliona machine the first time, ulikuwa
laptop.
Expect kompi iweze kufanya vitu kubwa.
Like how am I feeding you this information?
You're a sophisticated machine hapa, so it should be able to do some of those things.
Yeah.
I think also you asked about agriculture and education. So I think I've seen machines harvesting ripe apples and then leaving the unripe ones.
Yes, the unripe ones, yeah.
So that's machine vision. What else they say? Monitoring. They know when to put manure. They know when to add water. They know like
what manure to add, what nutrients are missing. Yes.
Back to IoT also, because it measures all this in a drawer. The condition of the soil, so it can regulate without you doing anything.
Yeah.
That's one that makes farming easier, and it makes us get more output from a limited parcel of land compared to if we go without technology, if we go without some of these monitoring aspects.
But Tunajua, you as someone who works in farms, that's not how you think about it. Which is why we were also having a conversation about how it may change how employment or how work looks like. Because now, if I'm someone who gets my daily living from
shamba,
kwenda kwa shamba na kulipwa so mbili per day, now when that machine comes, now I'm out of a job.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu alikuwa akipiki hiyo green apple.
Kuna mtu alikuwa anaambiwa make sure imefika this color. But sasa unaweza ifeed hiyo color uambie ikikuwa this color, don't pick it. Then it just 1 hour imemaliza. Umsenge mtake 3 days. Which is the same thing yenye pia office people were considered, or rather they're considering, wanaangalia, if these people have been having concerns that, AI inakuja, it's taking my job. Graphic designers wanna complain. It's photographers, because now it's, you
even
can
actors,
generate the aesthetics.
Even actors and script writers, AI now comes in to write the movie, and then AI image generator produces the images and the characters. Yeah, so
you can produce an ad end to end, audiovisual ad.
Yeah.
without any human input. Like you don't
Yes.
have to hire a voice actor, you don't have to hire a screenwriter, you don't have end to end. Ni mimi tu na machine yangu.
Na kunazo Kenya zenye zimedu cities, was it Kura, Kura did an ad. Safaricom amefanya ad ya AI.
Before Christmas. So they normally say they're the first company to do an AI ad.
I think Citizen also did one. So even local
like
companies,
motion picture ama still
video
image.
ad, like a full-on video that was generated by AI. Sijui what now was generated with AI. I don't think walishare hizo. So I don't know whether it's the content or Yakura najua ni the image. Juu hata hiyo image watu walikuwa wakiangalia wanacheka. Ni barabara imepita.
Oh yes. Alafu watu wanaanza actually people started criticizing mwenye aliandika hiyo prompt. Wako like hata kwa prompt haujengi barabara vizuri, haweki sidewalks, haweki
imagine. Nani prompt tuna hata inaonyesha hata afikiri.
Like you guys are so inefficient even in a prompt. You don't have to do the actual work, but hata image generation.
And then I saw something else on education. So okay, I think I've had a fair dose of good teachers and bad teachers. So can you imagine having AI as your teacher? I was seeing combined with AR. I saw a video somewhere. Like you can see the function of a heart, like a heart in a pump. You can see like like blood flowing. So you can imagine that kind of learning. Sisi tulikuwa tunafundishwa na mwalimu fulani ya biology bwana.
Kabla shida kuelewa Kenya anasema
book ni black and white.
Ventricle, the left ventricle goes through the other artery. Potea.
So umetoka umekula lunch ugali hapo unakuja una double biology.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So learning again is a big thing yenyewe. The way AI has been taken up in entertainment, I think learning needs to pick up the pace ifiki hapo. True, kids should be learning differently from how we are learning, from how we learned. Jua wako na hiyo. So kumekuwa hizi story, ni Uhuru government ilikuwa inapeana tablet. That was in a bid to adapt to the current technology. Badala watu wasome the same way, wapatie tablet, wanze kulearn on screen, the same way they'd have to do the work on screen. Now AI kikama up inafaa kuwa the same. Watu wanze kufundishwa better with AI.
On that note, nikiuliza tu swali. Mwana tulikuwa tunachapo juu ya handwriting hivyo na sikumbuki lini last nilitumia pen kuandikia mtu anything. Like the only thing I use my pen to do is, let's say nikitaka kufanya designs, like in those low fidelity prototypes, I just sketch something. Like,
I am so glad I still have my bad handwriting. To my class 6 teacher.
Ndo hiyo handwriting ya Pascal ni mbaya. Sijui kama umeiona. Hata yeye mwenyewe ziisoma.
Mimi mwenyewe shindo kusoma sometimes.
Should have been a doctor bwana.
You should. I'm surviving now.
But doctors, chemists can read them. Chemists anaangalia ngo shindo. How did you read this? But yeye anaangalia jua hii ni Panadol.
And all we do now is type. And AI is coming up, all you'll have to do is talk to it. So like we do need to adapt. I think there's that call.
Like you saw Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang. He made a statement asema you don't need to learn to code.
Oh yeah, nakumbuka
you don't need to learn to code.
You don't need to learn how to code.
Yeah. Imagine only Nvidia CEO, like one of the say colleague akina Musk. Imagine him saying that. So now obviously guys are like ala hii ndio career.
Computer science ndo ina boom. Kila mtu afanya computer science sahi.
Career is at stake, and then one of the biggest characters in the field in AI anasema hivyo. So anyway, he was saying that you just, because in future the same way as a manager unaambia dev I want this and then the dev goes and gets the job done.
Codes it,
so sai itakuwa tu naambia yo AI I need this.
The machine is the developer.
Yes, just
yenyewe kazi. Wewe tuko na devs wangapi?
True, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes soon, because again kwa hiyo nini wakirelease ChatGPT-4, another thing alifeature ni ungeza ku-upload design kwa a screenshot of a web page, uambie ChatGPT kugenerate code. So it generates code from that nini.
I've actually on Figma Okay, on Figma, there's an AI to design. So unaiambia, I want to design like a certain website like metro.co.uk. Inakutolea a design. Then from there, so we know Figma to code. So that design, Figma to code inakutolea front end. Then you're hapo tayari tu people wamepoteza job.
Designer ndo hiyo ameenda.
budget.
Manze, developer ndo hiyo ameenda. Mlikuwa mkisema nini, there's an AI on Excel, Microsoft Excel, that you can ask questions na ikutabilitie. Data analyst ndo hiyo kazi yake pia imeenda. So tufanye nini Kenya basi? Ama hii dunia. But that, I think is, as we end up, that's our last part here, the impact that it has on job market. I do have that opinion. It's true, yeah, that all of this is built on data. But if the first aspect, which is collecting and analyzing data, already inafanywa na AI, tutafika point AI ifanye kila kitu. Juka inafanya data, ifanye machine learning, ifanye deep learning, itengeneze AR. Which jobs are safe?
Kuna secretary anapoteza kazi mahali. Because now, when I go to my emails, nione a long thread, let's say hata nimelupio kwa hiyo thread na after 20 emails, I don't have time. Saina to summarize this thread for me. It summarizes everything. Now I don't need a secretary to come and read it or come and give me a brief. Yeah, this is what was discussed in the thread.
Assistants ndo pia wanaenda. So who's safe? How do you adapt? How do you adapt as that last conversation? What other impacts can you expect on the job market? And
yes, so I think the winners will be the doers, or people who execute. So
developer, I'd consider developer and executor, lakini ndo hiyo
and developer who uses AI. So for example, we still need websites, we still need mobile apps, we still need all the systems. So this is that need. So who will execute, who will prompt this AI to do a particular thing? So for example, say we want to build maybe the next M-Pesa on blockchain. Who's going to prompt and direct the AI in the correct direction? And so I feel the future belongs to entrepreneurs who use AI, developers who use AI, people who use AI. Same with electricity, because you'll get more done. Yeah.
And actually, I agree with him, because there's one thing I hold to be true, which is the tool is only good as the person who's using the tool. Like, kama I see it most evidently kwa music instruments. Unaweza complain, hii kitu hata siwezi cheza vizuri, sijui na sound aje. Then mtu mwingine ashike hiyo instrument, uko like, this instrument can sound like that. So hata tukisema, kavenye umekuwa ukimention story ya Figma, not everyone knows how to use it. So mimi mwenye sijui kuitumia, bado ndakuja nimwambie, bro, nitengenezei. I don't want to know how it's done. You just do it. Now on his side, instead of taking him 2 days, it takes him 1.5 hours. Amemaliza hiyo kazi. So he can actually take up more work, and it benefits him. So it benefits the person who actually knows how to use it.
Until mwingine learn how to use it, avute mwingine mwenye alikuwa amelearn mara ya kwanza.
Yeah, which I can promise you a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people won't do that. Inakuanga tu na a lot of, I think wase wengi wanakuanga na hiyo restriction ya ku learn new things. They would rather pay someone to go and do it.
Ironically, they'd rather create something else to go and do it. AI is a creation of mankind. So instead of learning, we are creating a machine to go and do it.
But and we were having the same discussion hapo nje. Hata ukiangalia things like ChatGPT, not everyone gets quality outputs from ChatGPT. So kuna mse atajaribu kufanya kitu, infrustrate, akuja kuambia Pascal, nifanyie kitu imenishinda. You know how to prompt it. So since you know how to prompt it, now, which fascinates me, because ChatGPT ni kama kuongelesha mtu. Unaambia tu mtu, by the way, I need this and this. But if you're not specific with your communication and with your direction, haitakupatia output unataka. So again, if you know how to use it,
better
and it makes your work easier. Muambia watu, because I do product management. There's a lot of documentation. You don't have to spend, si lazima ukaedi 11:30 usiku kufanyia documentation. It just wastes a lot of your time, and you should be focusing more on the team actually you and the team implementing this project. You don't have to spend at project haijaanza because all the documentations are not ready.
Ikiendelea. Okay.
I think we were talking about reviewers, people who have domain knowledge. So for example, muuliza ChatGPT about the Kenyan constitution, kakutolea some what do you call it, like a law contract.
Yeah.
Then you take it to court and then you're in trouble.
Yeah,
who do you go to? Yeah, so you need a lawyer who has that.
Yeah.
So people with domain knowledge will still be needed, but
how people with knowledge are the ones who are still at risk because AI is coming up to take the knowledge and do the work for free or for less costs and at way faster rate than CC.
But you also need at least one person to validate that this data that you're getting.
One person.
I think now. Yeah, I think now it will reduce the number of people you need for that specific work. Instead of 5 people, you just now output ya umse moja imekuwa increase. So you don't need 3 people to do that work. You just need 1 person.
I still mean understand what you want to grapple with that fear and concerns. And me naelewa. And even from what you guys are saying today, people in the tech industry bado pia wako at risk. Well, then uko poa juu na learn UI, uko poa juu ni full stack developer, ama unajua kucode vipoa. AI pia inajua hiyo. So pia umeenda.
But unajua wewe,
ukidhani hapo ndo safe zone.
Him as a software developer, if AI kimrudishia code yenye it's not right, he can know.
Yeah.
Wewe hautajua. Watu utajua unapeleka pio code.
Nairudishia AI tena itengeneze the interface.
It can guide you actually. Nakwambia fanya hivi, hii code weka hapa.
Ipeleke huko.
Fanya hivi. But I feel the pain that people have because for example, I studied 6 years in uni.
Yeah.
6 years of my life.
Imagine. Kukuja tu kureplace na kitu.
I should have done more with my youth, so my prime youth.
True.
So then unaniambia ati I no longer have a career. So yes, you can feel the pain. Yeah.
And the fact that it is here, whether you guys do it, but for us, Kolo, we find that most of the things we are building and creating, we have to find a way to automate it. And your conversation on it, a lead equate how a way to integrate AI to it. So that means we build, for those guys who are in tech, you build. Once you're done, you build a way for it to sustain itself. Once you're done, you find a way to integrate AI so that iendele kuimonitor. So kazi yako imeisha. Umebuild, umefind a way ya kuitengeneza vipoa. As an entire team that was brought of like 10 people to build it, wanahitajua watu wawili wabaki wa maintain. New ingine, cheers, thanks.
You know, funny thing, that's my dream job, baby. Actually, that is my dream. Let me tell you. Imagine.
Ujenge, you automate wende.
Ujenge, you just let it take care of it. Sustain itself. And you just do it kwa account. Hata una create.
Doga nini ingia kwa account?
Pesa yako. The one that they have saved from firing you.
Because you're building a product. It's everything's automated. Yeah. So it's making money for you. You're just enjoying life. Doing other important human things. In society.
Go spend time with your family.
It depends with where the money is going. Because if the money comes back to you, sawa. If you're building for a company, then they will fire you and they keep the money.
You employ yourself then.
Yeah, employ yourself.
So build for yourself.
Fanya side project. Usifanyia kampuni. Fanya side project.
But then kona jua venye ilitoka, as we wind up again, I was so happy to hear several people who are building projects on AI. Kuna msali kwa kibuild stuff ya Excel, kuna msali kwa kibuild stuff ya chuo. So people, we are a resilient country, no? See, especially young people came up na wakaanza kufanya their own projects. Unalan tu venye AI na work, alafu na muaminda tengeneza product yangu inakaa hivi. Alafu, sina na plug in tu mali AI iko na API zao najua ni free.
And then very importantly, the problems in Africa, who's going to solve them for us? Do the Western countries obviously wanna solve problems zao
kivyao.
Normal African problems.
Okay, so to build zetu basi.
Iko nsebo inatakula president.
Chana wetu. Yes, I think we can end it there.
Yeah.
If the conversation here is broad, very, very broad. I mean, we need a lot of things to discuss. It's still new, even for us. I feel like we need to spend more time on implementation.
Yeah.
Just shining light on the things that are happening out there on AI. So we're going to build a lot more better stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's something we can do again.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
another,
definitely.
on another episode
There's-
report. We can get into detail report and even the
Yeah.
tools that people using for AI or the tools just gonna AI. So kuna story, kuna a lot of conversation up. It's the
Yeah.
next electricity.
Yeah.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Aya, poa. From that, find this episode on Spotify, on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. We do have a Facebook account.
Yeah. Audio Mark.
Yeah.
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 Cheers.
On a Friday. Bye.
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 Strawberry